So it's best to get the obvious out of the way. Ghana is a better team than Trinidad and Tobago. 4-0 on the day. They smacked us up. Absolute dominance. Yeah, they are the better team. More athletic, more skillful, systematically and tactically sound. Way better than Trinidad and Tobago. Again, we are at a rebuilding stage. We have a lot of work to do, but I am loving the progress so far. With that being said, coming to Trinidad and Tobago now, it's pretty clear that Dwight didn't really care about this game, and this was just an attempt to separate the sheep from the goat. It's pretty obvious that this was basically a screening to see who will be included in the upcoming games, i.e. the World Cup qualifiers and the Gold Cup. It's pretty obvious. And a lot of people had the chance. One guy in particular that I had a big up, because at the game they stick the last time, that is Justin Garcia. I think Justin Garcia improved the game. Wasn't the best, but he improved his game. I saw somewhat of defensive acumen this time. Because last time I had to give him some stick. But this time he better himself. So big up to Justin Garcia. Another guy I was impressed with, Muckett. Muckett, he definitely needs to be he needs to find some way to modify this system here to get Muckett more involved. But I think Muckett is really talented, boy. It's a shame that he plays pretty much the same position as Kevin Molino, and of course Kevin Molino being who he is, can have the nod against him. But Dwayne Muckett is talented, boy. That shot that he hit in the first half there, boy, that was a peach. Could never hit the ball even more sweeter than that. But I digress. Again, in Trinidad and Tobago, especially with this quote-unquote B team, because it's clear that he left out the quote-unquote big players, the Kevin Molinos, even Rio Cardines, Isaiah Leacock was left out, and it's evident that in Trinidad and Tobago in particular, we need to study the game of football. It was just way too easy for Ghana to just split us apart. Now, in the second half, when he brought on like Noah Powder and them guys who know how to hold a midfield properly and who know to set up properly, they were having to play like 15 passes to try and get into the final third. But in the first half, man, everything was just splitting. Who was the midfielder? I think it was Lee Him, and man, listen, I don't know. Everybody was getting split apart. Like it was just 3 passes, whap, 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 through ball inside, or they find isolation. Next thing too, Trinidad and Tobago, we don't know how to man mark. And don't necessarily mean like man mark, but to eliminate as much space as possible. The Ghana players already faster, more strong, skillful. You need to get closer. You need to find a way to get closer. In particular, the wing backs. Man, them wingers was having the time of their life for them Ghanaian wingers, but they were having the time of their life. Every time they face up, they were just seeing acres of space in behind. I was like, okay, let's go Santa Rosa Park, let's go running race. And boy, I tell you, like, Trinidad and Tobago, yeah. And I just talking from like grassroots. We need to learn the game of football. And from the 2 games what I see, it's not that Trinidad and Tobago not talented. It's just that he has certain bad habits that we pick up from small due to the lack of high-level coaching that we had to unlearn. You have a lot of bad habits we had to unlearn. And yeah, until then, and again, I reiterate, a lot of things need to be put in place for the youth development. It's cool to just keep the tournaments and let them play in that, and but the school of football needs to be implemented in Trinidad and Tobago football. A lot of things need to be learned, and we're getting left behind. Yeah, it just was. No matter how good a team is, no matter how skillful a player is, or how fast or how more athletic the person is, as long as a good system is in place, as long as you have somewhat of a level of footballing intelligence, you will be able to compete. There was no competition today, and that was because just the level of football acumen that the players them have. So yeah, sad to say, but yeah, Trinidad and Tobago in the Unity Cup have come forth. You know, it is what it is. It is a learning process, and I'm thankful that, you know, Dwight York at least give everybody a chance to prove themselves. Because, you know, you always have people who gonna be like, oh God, he need to play, because they've seen him doing this somewhere in this league. But in reality, this was the perfect chance to showcase who exactly needs a spot here and who needs to, you know, work on themselves and come back again. So yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, we have some more games, and make sure and come out to the Hazy Crawford Stadium on June 6th to watch them play against St. Kitts and Nevis, and also show your support for the game against Costa Rica. Getting into them games there now, I believe that what I saw against Jamaica, we have enough talent to get past St. Kitts and Nevis. It would take something catastrophic. Them guys just had to come drunk or something for them to lose against St. Kitts and Nevis. Based on what I saw in a Jamaica game there, the fight, the system, the ball retention, everything is smooth with Trinidad and Tobago. I just think the defense in particular, but I don't know how they're going to work on that. But we defending is crazy, boy. We would have allowed so much space, and to go back into the Ghana game, I don't want to like venture too much and bring like negativity, but Jordan Ayew like literally run across the whole goal line. He run across the goal line and take a shot. No, don't bear in mind that shot was amazing. The way how he bent that ball around the defender and put it in the last post or first post in particular, man, beauty. But he had way too much time on the ball to run across there. Same way how the wingers was always killing our wing backs. There was not enough coverage. And in situations like that, we don't know how to double up. And listen, a lot of things need to get sorted out with the defense in particular. The defense is let me tell you, defense wins your matches. If your defense ain't good, it don't matter how good you feel you up there be. You could have R9, Figo, Marco Van Basten on top there. If it is your defense leaking 5 goals while you score 2, you're gonna lose the game. So yeah, the defense in particular and the setup, we need to be setting up in such a way that they had to play all 30 passes just to get into the final third. They need to go around, come around back. They can't just split with 1 through pass, a ball out on the wing, and then a ball inside. That is poor football. Poor football. But I digress. Going back to the World Cup qualifiers and the Gold Cup. Yeah, I believe that we should beat St. Kitts. And I believe if we fire on all cylinders, I believe we have what it takes to beat Costa Rica. I think Costa Rica's best player is the guy who plays with Levi on Spartak. That's Manuel Olgate or something. Yeah, I think he's the best player on Spartak. I could be wrong, but I digress. Yeah. So basically, that's pretty much it. So yeah, Trinidad and Tobago, we have a lot of work to do, but still, big up to Dwight York. I think Dwight York playing chess. I think Dwight York is playing chess right now. He also mentioned that a lot of changes will be made. So I think just judging based on how he picked this team today, this was way more deeper than just putting out a side to try and win this game. I genuinely believe a lot of players who were accustomed to seeing chess might get the axe. And if it is you do get axe to the players them, I would suggest you work on your craft, get better. It's for the betterment of the country, but for the betterment of us seeing the World Cup once again. I will give away a kidney, boy. I will give away a kidney. Let's point me to the nearest kidney man and tell me, sell your kidney to get into the World Cup. And I'll do that, boy. Point me to the nearest kidney man. I'm there. Because 2006, yeah, I saw it, but I was still so young. I didn't get to enjoy it as someone who understands football. But, yeah, man, that would be a day if it is Trinidad and Tobago do go back to the World Cup. And going into the Gold Cup now, of course, we'll be facing teams like USA. Of course, we enjoy beating USA. Let's hope that we smack them up. And also, Saudi Arabia, that going to be a nice little chance for them guys to showcase themselves. They might even get a Saudi contract, you never know. Could get generational wealth for the family. You never know. And of course, Haiti. Shout out Francis Peru. He plays for Ajax of Athens. Yeah, so. But what could employ for all Trinidad and Tobago fans to do? I know that there's a division within, like, Trinidad and Tobago people who, you know, they see the rivalry between them and Jamaica, like, very serious. Like, they don't really like them. And the other people them who willing to support Caribbean people. I am one of the people who like to support Caribbean people. So I would like you guys to tune in and show the support for the Jamaicans as they face the Super Eagles or the Nigeria national team. Let's hope that a Caribbean team could leave this Unity Cup on top. But without further ado, make sure to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Press the notification bell so you don't miss any more content from me. Trinidad and Tobago content, Super League Greece content. Only way to go. So again, peace out. Soca Warriors still on top.